Hello. Our team will be conducting a full country screen for Abury. My name is Sofia Fernandez, and I will be reviewing location choice.
Good morning. My name is Grant Stevenson, and I will be presenting the country manager portion of the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cade Mason.
Hello, I am Courtney Dickey.
Hi, myself Dan Palman. I'm part of Abury's multinational marketing management team.
Hi, I'm Nick Wood.
Hello, my name is Christian Pineda with Team 3.
So we're going to wind down on how we picked a new country for Abury to enter and how we adapted. Abury is a company that merges fashion, culture, and social impact. It stands as a pioneer in the realm of ethical fashion, breathing life into ancient crafts and traditions from across the globe, with the core ethos deeply rooted in sustainability and empowerment. Abury collaborates directly with artisans in diverse communities, ensuring fair wages and preserving cultural heritage. For our first screening, we're focusing on countries like Germany, UK, Spain, and Italy with their appreciation for artisanal sustainable products. Also, we're eyeing emerging economies like Poland, Hungary, Vietnam for growth opportunities. These choices are guided by consumer preferences, economic indicators, and distribution potential, ensuring Aubrey's unique offerings find their place in diverse markets. So, condensing down to 20 countries that boast strong economic health, Germany, UK, France, and Italy show robust GDP growth while stable currencies and purchasing powers make Switzerland, Sweden, and Australia attractive. Japan and South Korea and Singapore offer technological prowess with a blend of income levels and low inflation. Belgium, Netherlands, and Ireland are solid contenders. Our focus has refined to 15 countries with favorable political environments. Germany, UK, and France show government stability and clear regulations. Italy, Spain, and Netherlands offer consistent trade policies. Switzerland, Sweden, and Norway strong legal systems ensure secure business operations, while Canada, Australia, and Japan's taxation framework support growth. Singapore stands out for its overall business-friendly climate. Now we have narrowed it down to these countries based on cultural alignment. Germany, UK, France, Italy, and Spain's appreciation for handcrafted goods suits Aubrey's values. Netherlands, Switzerland, and Sweden's sustainable mindsets match its ethos. Japan's love for unique craftsmanship and Singapore's diverse cosmopolitan market offers opportunities. Our selection is rooted in understanding local customs, beliefs, and values.
The final environmental factor reviewed in the market screening process are competitive forces. We have narrowed it down to the following 5 countries based on the country's market shares, population size, etc. Germany, United Kingdom, France, and Sweden and Japan. The screening criteria includes evaluating countries' market shares, strategies, financial strength, quality levels, promotional program, distribution channels, and pricing policies. An example of the country's luxury goods market shares for 2021 using Statista is shown in the displayed graph. The following are the 5 selected countries that are satisfactory in all 5 environmental factors. The pros and cons table presented contains forecasted data for luxury goods for this upcoming year, 2024. Moreover, the data shown is using current exchange rates and reflects market impacts of the Russia-Ukraine war. Although Germany has a high female population, it also has a low income revenue, low average revenue per capita, low tourism and tax rates, and an abundance of competitors. Japan has a high luxury income revenue and female population. However, a high corporate tax and low tourism forecasted make it unsuitable. Sweden has low tourism rates, low luxury income revenue, and a low female population, which means our ideal consumer is scarce in this country. The United Kingdom and France are both ideal. However, France is ranked higher in luxury income revenue and average revenue per capita. France has half as much main competitors and has more than 7 times in tourism forecasted with $180.5 million when compared to the UK. The data indicates that France despite a low female population and high corporate tax, is the ideal country for Abury to expand to. France is a country where 50% of local household incomes are in the top quintile and where tourists travel in order to purchase luxury goods. In this case, we prefer a country with many competitors and high tax rates, as this signals demand for what we're offering. Our brand and value sets us apart from other companies, which will result in our ability to take market share from them. This will be further explored in the next slide. According to a Statista Global Consumer Survey, the following parameters showcase results that indicate preferences aligned with Abury's products, sustainability, and values. In France, there is a strong preference for sustainable and luxury items. Consumers preference brands that have a degree of social responsibility, and they attach great importance to the brand so much that they seek luxury that is an inspiring experience. These parameters align perfectly with Abury's new perspective on style, where products are more than accessories, they are stories that have been woven with care and passion that preserve cultural heritage. A single purchase makes social impacts beyond fashion to ensure the country's sustainability and empowerment.
In these next slides, I'm going to be going over entry modes. The 6 entry modes we considered were exporting, licensing, strategic alliance, wholly owned subsidiaries, acquisitions, and joint ventures. I'll be going over the non-equity options, and then I'll pass it to my counterpart to go over the equity entry modes for France. The first option would be exporting. Abury could export product directly to customers. The pros would be spreading the risk of market instabilities across the home country in France. The cons would be during shipment, there's a risk of damage, theft, and late delivery. This is not the best option for Abury. It offers profitability and risk diversification, but at the cost of marketing and distribution centers. The next option would be licensing. Abury could license their brand to be reproduced in France. The pros would be increased profit, brand recognition without any cost. The cons would be, without clearly defined terms, risk of an intellectual property theft and loss of control of your brand with no guarantee of income. This is not the best option for Abury. Licensing her brand in France, she would lose control of her mission to create jobs for villagers. Licensing company would allow products to be made anywhere and not be part of her mission. The next option would be strategic alliance. Abury could enter into a strategic alliance with a fashion department store or boutique in France. The pros would allow businesses to avoid controls on imports and overcome barriers to commercial penetration. The cons are that it can lead to conflict if both parties have different long-term plans. This option would work for Abury. They should partner with a department store or boutique and share in the profits. It is low risk and keeps control of the brand while still completing her mission. Now I'm going to be passing it on to my counterpart to go over the equity entry modes.
First equity entry mode we considered is the joint venture, or JV for short. In this option, Abury would partially own a French company with other businesses, such as customers or suppliers. The pros is that Abury splits the cost with the JV partners. The cons is that Abury also loses some control because it's also split with the JV partners. The analogy here is a group rowing a boat. When everyone rows in the same direction, the boat moves quickly. However, if people argue in which direction to go in, the boat can go in circles. We don't advise for this method of entry because of the loss of control. The next equity entry mode we considered is an acquisition. In this option, Abury would acquire a French company. It's a simple concept. Abury pays money to buy a business. The pros are quick entry into the French market, and that Abury would have an established business and one less competitor after acquisition. The cons are the acquisition costs, and that Abury would potentially accept liabilities of the prior owner. We also don't advise this method of entry because of the substantial cost for acquisition and the risk of wholly owning a business in France. The last equity entry mode we considered is the wholly owned subsidiary. In this option, Abury would create a wholly owned French entity, and that subsidiary would conduct business in France. The pros is that Abury would have entire control over the subsidiary. The cons is that Abury also has to bear all the costs related to the subsidiary, and it would take time to establish an operating foreign company. The analogy here is into a new baby. Abury would need to take time to develop and nurture this new baby or this new business to become a profitable enterprise. We don't advise for this method of entry either because of the substantial investment. Abury's first foreign operations in France should be more limited. The entry mode we do recommend is a strategic alliance. Avery should enter into a strategic alliance with a fashion department store or boutique in France, such as Galeries Lafayette, a major department store. Our rationale is that Avery is in the early market phase in France. Its current engagement with the French market is through Avery's website and exports. The right balance of control, brand exposure, and additional engagement with the French market without a substantial investment from Avery would be a strategic alliance. We envision a contract to market and sell Avery's products in France for a share of the sales proceeds. As a next step, we would recommend Avery consider attending a trade fair in France and visiting stores in Paris to identify potential strategic alliance partners.
All right, in this slide, we're going to be talking about the adaptation product line, which is going to be leather handbags. Abury's expansion into the French market involves a strategic adaptation of their leather handbags to embody the elegance and timelessness synchronous with French fashion. Recognizing France's reputation for sophisticated style, Abury seeks to align its product offerings and resonate with local preferences while maintaining their commitment to quality and versatility. This approach enables Abury to establish a strong presence with the competitive fashion of landscape of France. The rationale behind this adaptation is rooted in the fundamental principles of international business and supply chain management. By tailoring their leather handbags to French fashion norms, Abury demonstrates cultural sensitivity and responsiveness, which are key factors in successful cross-border operations, and this alignment maximizes the appeal of their product to the local market while capitalizing on the distinctive fashion sensibility that sets France apart. Furthermore, the strategic decision to prioritize the sophistication and versatility in design echoes the core concepts of supply chain optimization. By offering versatile handbags that seamlessly transition from the casual to formal settings, Abury taps into the efficient utilization of resources and production processes, which is a cornerstone of effective supply chain management.
Abury is a luxury leather handbag brand expanding into the French market. The brand is committed to elegance, timelessness, and craftsmanship. Abury is adapting its product line to appeal to the French market, which is known for appreciating elegant and timeless fashion. The brand's handbags are made from high quality materials and feature classic designs that always stay in style. Abury's handbags are available in various colors and styles to suit every taste, whether you're looking for a classic black handbag or more colorful statement piece. Abury has something for you. Abury is also integrating French fashion elements into its product line. For example, the brand offers handbags with iconic French prints and the motifs like Eiffel Tower and Mona Lisa. These handbags are perfect for everyday wear or special occasions. They will help you look your best and describe your style. Abury is creating a product line that resonates with the refined taste of French consumers. The brand's handbags are made with higher quality materials and the craftsmanship designed to last for years. French consumers appreciate the quality, style, and the craftsmanship of Abury's handbags and appreciate the brand's commitment to sustainability and ethical practices. Abury is committed to creating authentic and sustainable handbags. The brand collaborates with the local French artisans to create handbags made with the traditional techniques and materials. These artisans are passionate about their work and take great pride in creating each handbag. Their skill and craftsmanship are evident in detail. Abury is committed to using eco-friendly materials and sustainable practices. The brand uses recycled leather, vegetable tanned leather, and all other materials that are kind to the environment. Abury is committed to making positive impact on the planet. The brand is member of Sustainable Apparel Coalition and is working to reduce its environmental impact. Abury is also expanding its product line to include high-end fashion accessories. These accessories are made with high-quality materials and craftsmanship as the brand's handbags. These accessories are perfect for adding a touch of luxury and sophistication to your outfit. They are also great for showing your support for a sustainable and ethical brand. Abury is a luxury leather brand committed to elegance, timelessness, and sustainability. Brands, handbags, and accessories are made with highest quality materials and craftsmanship, and they are designed to last for years to come.
Hello again. I would like to talk a little bit about Country Manager, our performance with the simulation, and also some lessons we've learned, plus a little bit of how it can be pertinent as, for the Abury project and how that can tie in together. As you can see here, we have exported our performance data into Power BI, and we can make some graphs there to see how things have been. And in the beginning of the simulation, we started off a little bit rough. So when you look at our net regional contribution by period, the first 3 periods, we didn't quite understand the impact of having correct marketing setup, distribution, promotion, sales force. All of these were important factors that influence how our net regional contribution performs by country. Once we understood this, we started ramping up the numbers, and basically we ended up leading all of the competitors for every country. So we were the top seller, and you can see our cumulative return on marketing by period went up to 136%. As you can see also, the sum of brand equity and sum of cumulative return, they were sort of tied together. And as we improved our BEI, we also improved our return on marketing. So everything was tied together. Our initial strategy was to focus on the larger markets, as we had thought that there was some sunken cost in there that we could never recover the initial cost. This was sort of based off of a false assumption that we had limited funding. We did not have limited funding, and this meant that we should have gone all in for all markets in the beginning. Our 9-year plan was based on building up manufacturing capacity so that we did not have to export. And our SKU choices in the beginning were based off of margin, but we changed that after period 3. As you can see here, we had some early struggles. There were some, let's say, silly mistakes that we had made, such as that we need to make sure that we have an open channel for a product if we want it to be sold in that channel. Another thing is wholesale, and wholesale was essential to most, if not all, markets. Funding I covered, and again, that was just that we had unlimited funds and we needed to plan accordingly. And the fourth option was that do not run a marketing campaign targeted at couples without children or a child's product. We had no return on that marketing campaign. As you can see here, our BEI analysis, we started off with Argentina, and in the beginning, we had very low values across the board. And that's to be expected, as the customer had no idea who we were as a company, what our products were, and we started off with a very conservative selection of SKUs. By the time we hit year 8, we had many, many SKUs that were out and being sold, and we had marketing running for multiple channels and target segments, and our benefits were basically hitting everything that the customer could want. And you can see that with the benefit position of 96%. And this was more or less the same for every country, the relatively similar numbers. And the other important factor is share of mind. And this is how well known are we. And we use this in order to handle our pricing. So we figured our basic strategy should be sell the product cheaper than the competitor initially, put out marketing, and over time, as the customer grows to love our toothpaste they would then be hooked on the product, and we could gradually start increasing prices and also start taking down the allowances. As we did that, our contribution shot up by crazy amounts. So we were quite happy. Another big factor was that the old campaigns have to be updated for marketing. In conclusion, we have then compared and contrasted Country Manager with the Abury project, and there are a few key differences in basically FDI versus exporting. For a luxury item such as purses, we will not be building a manufacturing plant in Europe to handle that when they come from Morocco, and that is part of the flavor of the actual product, and that needs to remain that way. So that means we are going to go with a strategic partnership, as was mentioned earlier. And this would mean that for marketing, we would have in-store retail displays, promotion, and other advertising that would be handled primarily by the strategic partner. In exchange, we will lose out on some of that revenue, but our product will be available and we will have less risk. So another big factor is the distribution. And as all of the goods will be sold B2B within France, our promotion and distribution would then be targeted directly at those channels and not necessarily at the consumer, as our strategic partner would be responsible for that aspect. So thank you very much. And we hope that this was a good conclusion to the project. And thank you again.